Hey, babe, need to talk about something important. I think we might need to postpone meeting my parents this weekend. My mom found out about your education background, and she's freaking out about it.
What? Why? We've been planning this for weeks. Your mom is upset about my education? What does that have to do with anything?
She's saying all sorts of ridiculous things, that you're not suitable for our family because you didn't go to college. I'm so sorry. I never expected her to react this way.
So she's judging me without even meeting me just because I didn't finish school? That's absurd! Education isn't everything. I've accomplished quite a lot without a degree.
I know she's being completely unreasonable. I tried explaining about your dad's accident and why you had to leave school, but she wouldn't listen. Kept going on about standards and proper background.
Wow, I knew this might come up eventually, but I didn't think she'd write me off completely without even giving me a chance. Does she have any idea how hurtful and insulting that is?
Of course not. She's too wrapped up in her own worldview. I've spent months telling her how amazing you are, but she just fixated on the education thing, like that's all that defines a person.
It's not your fault, Tyler, but postponing won't solve anything. It might just make her more suspicious, like I have something to hide.
You're probably right. I just hate the thought of subjecting you to her judgment. She can be really intense when she gets like this.
I appreciate you wanting to protect me, but I'm tougher than I look. I've dealt with plenty of judgment in my career. Let's face this together and keep the original plan for this weekend.
Are you sure? She might be really hostile.
I'm sure. Better to address this head on. Hiding or delaying will only make it worse. Let's talk tonight about how to handle it.
Okay, if you're really sure. You're amazing, you know that? Most people would run from my mom when she's like this.
Well, I'm not most people, and I love you too much to let her intimidate me. We're a team, right? We'll get through this together.
Absolutely. Team Melissa and Tyler against the world. I'll come over after work so we can strategize. Around 7?
Perfect. And Tyler, no matter what happens with your mom, we're in this together. I'm not going anywhere. She'll have to accept me as part of your life.
Have I mentioned lately how incredible you are? I'm so lucky to have you. We'll get her to come around somehow, even if I have to put my foot down with her.
I know we will. One step at a time. See you tonight. Is this Melissa Mitchell? Yes, Mrs. Hartford. Thank you for reaching out. I was planning to call you later today, actually, to see if we could find a time to meet in person. Well, you can save your breath. I'm texting to make something very clear. You are not welcome in our family. I want you to stop seeing my son immediately. Mrs. Hartford, I understand you have concerns. Tyler mentioned you heard about my education background and that it troubled you. Could we perhaps meet in person to discuss this? I'd really like the chance to explain my situation. There's nothing to discuss. A girl with your background has no business marrying into our family. We have standards to maintain. Standards of prestige, accomplishment, influence, all the things you clearly lack. I may lack a formal degree, but I don't lack accomplishments or influence. I know my education history concerns you, but there's so much more to who I am. If you'd give me a chance to explain my circumstances. Circumstances? Oh, please. You probably got yourself expelled from high school, jumped on the welfare wagon, and now you're looking for a meal ticket. Well, it won't be my son. With all due respect, Mrs. Hartford, you don't know anything about me. I left school to support my family after my father's accident. I've worked hard for everything I have. I'm not looking for a meal ticket, as you so rudely put it. Don't make me laugh. You're just another gold digger trying to marry up, taking advantage of my son's kindness, seducing him with your feminine wiles. Feminine wiles? What century are you living in? I love Tyler for who he is, not his family name or money. I have my own means of supporting myself, and I've never asked Tyler for money. Really? With a middle school education? Don't make me laugh. What could you possibly know about earning a living? Flipping burgers won't get you far in life. Is that really what you think of me? That I'm some high school flunky flipping burgers? You couldn't be more wrong. Education isn't the only path to success. I've worked very hard to get where I am. My work speaks for itself. I'm sure it does. On your back, no doubt. Seducing men like my son into giving you things. Designer clothes, expensive jewelry, a respectable family name to hide behind. I'm going to pretend you didn't just suggest what I think you did for Tyler's sake, since he still loves you despite all this. I've never accepted so much as a dime from him. Everything I have, I earned myself through long days, hard work, and smart decisions. Don't try to convince me you're some kind of entrepreneur. You don't have the brains or background for it. Just save your breath. I've seen your type before. I assure you, I'm not trying to worm my way anywhere, and frankly, if this is what you consider respectable behavior, I'm not sure I want any part of it. Tyler and I have a genuine connection. We support and respect each other, two things you seem to know nothing about. How dare you lecture me about respect when you come from a background of no accomplishment, no status, no prestige? My son deserves someone from a proper background, someone who won't embarrass our family name. You have a very narrow view of accomplishment and a very outdated view of status. I understand family reputation is important to you, but shouldn't Tyler's happiness matter more? He's a grown man capable of making his own choices, including who to love and build a life with. Don't pretend to know my son better than I do. I've spent his whole life preparing him for success. The right schools, the right career, the right wife. I won't let you derail everything we've built. Mrs. Hartford, that's not your decision to make. Tyler is an adult with his own mind, his own wants and needs in life, and he's chosen to build a future with me. We plan to move forward, with or without your blessing. Then you'll be moving forward without, because I will never give my blessing to this union. I'll do whatever it takes to protect my son from conniving women like you looking for an easy ride on our coattails. There's nothing easy about my life or what I've built, but I wouldn't expect you to understand hard work, since you seem to think status is handed to you at birth. I'm sorry you feel the need to attack me when you know nothing about me, but it won't change my feelings for Tyler. This conversation is over. Stay away from my son, or you'll regret ever crossing paths with the Hartfords. I'm sorry you feel that way. My door remains open if you ever want to have a real conversation, one based on respect and open-mindedness, instead of prejudice and ill-founded assumptions. I truly hope you'll reconsider your position, for Tyler's sake, if nothing else.
Just saw my mom's texts. I'm so incredibly sorry, Melissa. I can't believe she spoke to you that way. I'm beyond livid right now.
It's not your fault, though I have to admit that was even more hostile than I expected. The things she implied about me, my past, my intentions, it was really ugly and hurtful.
She's never been this awful before. I'm so angry at her right now. The things she said to you, I want to punch something.
I know, I'm upset too. She attacked my character, my integrity, without even trying to get to know me. But we can't let anger cloud our thinking. We need to be strategic about how we handle this.
Strategic? Screw strategy. She called you a gold digger, a seductress. She's so far out of line I can't even see straight.
I know, believe me. I'm plenty mad. Those accusations stung, I won't lie. but getting mad won't help our case. We need to be the bigger people here.
How can you be so calm and rational about this after the horrible things she said? I'm over here ready to go scorched earth.
Remember how you said she's obsessed with status, prestige, influence, reputation, all that? What if we showed her exactly how much of that I have, and how wrong she is about my background?
You mean... Wait, oh man, that would be epic! Her face when she finds out. Please tell me we can do this!
I think it's our best shot at getting through to her. The question is how and when to drop that bomb.
What if I casually mention where I work, see if she makes the connection herself? Might be more powerful coming from me, then you can fill in the details later.
Tyler, you're a genius! Seriously, that's brilliant! Sounds like a plan. Operation Impress the Hartfords is a go.
Aye, aye, Captain. Margaret Hartford won't know what hit her, but it'll be the 1-2 punch of Mitchell and Hartford, the greatest love story ever told.
Tyler, I need to speak with you about that girl. I've made my position very clear to her, and now I need to make it clear to you too. I expect you to end this relationship immediately. No arguments, no excuses.
Are you serious right now? You actually expect me to break up with Melissa just because you said so? With no regard for my feelings or hers? What is this, Game of Thrones? Am I chattel to be ordered about?
Don't take that tone with me, young man. I am still your mother. I raised you, provided for you, guided you, and I know what's best for you, even if you can't see it yourself.
What's best for me? How can you claim to know what's best when you won't even take the time to know Melissa? To look past your prejudice and see what an amazing woman she is?
I recognize a social climber when I see one. She has no money, no education, no pedigree. What could someone like her possibly offer you?
Wow, I can't even believe what I'm reading right now. Melissa is brilliant, accomplished, compassionate. Things you'd know if you bothered to scratch the surface.
Accomplished? At what? Flipping burgers? Selling pictures of herself online? You're not thinking straight, Tyler. That girl is a gold digger, plain and simple.
The only one tearing anyone down here is you, with your cruel assumptions and baseless attacks. You don't know the first thing about Melissa, what she's been through, and what she's achieved. You've made up your mind based on one fact without any context or nuance.
What context could possibly matter? No education equals no stability, no prospects. It's that simple, Tyler. She has nothing to offer this family but embarrassment. Is that really what you want? To sully our good name?
Our good name? Are you listening to yourself? We're not aristocracy, for God's sake. We're a family, supposedly a loving one. But there's nothing loving in the way you're acting, in the way you're treating the woman I love.
Love? Please, you're thinking with your hormones, letting yourself be blinded by a pretty face. It will ruin your life if you let it.
Enough! I'm not gonna let you cheapen my feelings or Melissa's character with your crude accusations. I'm not some hormone-crazed teen. I'm a grown man who knows his own heart. And Melissa is my heart, my future.
She's your ruin is what she is. Mark my words, Tyler Andrew Hartford. If you marry that girl, it will end in disaster. Financially, socially, emotionally. She will bleed you dry and leave you broken.
You know what? I wasn't going to tell you this yet. I was hoping to introduce the idea more gently, give you a chance to get to know Melissa first before dropping the bombshell of who she really is. But you've forced my hand with your disgraceful behavior.
What are you talking about? Who she really is? Don't make me laugh, Tyler. She is what she is, unworthy of our family. End of story.
Not even close to end of story, mother. So listen up, because this is gonna blow your mind and make you regret every cruel word you've said. That high school dropout you're so quick to dismiss? She's my boss. The CEO of the company I work for. The company you're always bragging about to your country club cronies.
What? What nonsense is this? You're lying. You must be. She told you to say this, didn't she? To try and impress me with her lies?
She's not a gold digger and I'm not lying. Melissa is Melissa Mitchell, founder and CEO of Oakwood Solutions, the multi-million-dollar company I've been working for the past 3 years, as you well know. She built that company from nothing with no college degree.
But that's impossible. How could she be? The CEO of Oakwood is your boss? This makes no sense, Tyler.
Melissa is her name, Mother. Melissa Mitchell. The same Melissa Mitchell who founded Oakwood in her parents' garage. The same Melissa Mitchell who landed Fortune 500 clients with her revolutionary software. The same Melissa Mitchell who employs hundreds, myself included. And the same Melissa Mitchell who agreed to be my wife.
I don't understand. How could you keep this from me? Why didn't you tell me who she was? My God, the things I said to her. Oh, this is a nightmare.
Now you're concerned, now that you know her status? Not when she was just Melissa, the woman I love, but now that she's Melissa Mitchell tech mogul. Funny how quickly your tune changes. Almost like your objections had nothing to do with character at all.
I mean, it's just that if I had known who she was, her position, her influence, I would never have dreamed. Tyler, you have to help me fix this.
Fix what exactly? Your reputation? Is that your only concern here? Not the vicious way you attacked the woman I love, or the cruel assumptions you made about her character, but how it might look for you now that you know the truth?
Tyler, please, this is serious. If word got out about how I treated her, it would ruin me in our social circle. You have to help me smooth this over. Make her understand it was all a misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding? Is that what you call it? I'd call it blatant classism and disrespect. You judged and insulted Melissa based on one fact without ever bothering to look deeper. And now you want me to, what, clean up your mess?
I want you to be reasonable, Tyler. Surely you can see the predicament I'm in. If Melissa is as influential as you say, one bad word from her could be catastrophic. I could lose clients, contracts, even my social standing.
In other words, all the things you assumed she didn't have and couldn't possibly achieve without a degree. The irony would be laughable if it wasn't so infuriating. You're not even sorry for how you acted, are you? Just sorry there are consequences.
Tyler, I've been looking into Melissa's company. Is it true she was featured in Forbes? That she made the 30 under 30 list last year? How is that even possible without a degree?
So you finally decided to do some research after all those horrible things you said. Yes, Mother, it's all true. Everything I told you about her success, which you could have easily verified yourself.
But her education level, how did she manage to build such a company? To achieve such prominence in her field? It defies all logic and reason.
It defies your logic and reason, maybe, because you're so caught up in pedigree and status. But in the real world, Melissa's world, results matter more than a degree. She built her success through hard work and determination, the same values you used to claim our family stood for. Funny how quickly you abandon them when they don't fit your narrative.
Melissa, I hope you're still willing to talk despite the regrettable way we left things. I've been doing some research into your background and I've learned some interesting things about you. Have you now? How fascinating. Funny how quickly you change your tune when you realize I might be more than just a gold digger. What exactly is it you think you've learned about me? Your company, for one, Oakwood Solutions, a rising star in the tech industry from what I hear, with you at the helm, steering them to new heights. Most impressive for someone like you. Someone your age, I mean. You can say uneducated, it's okay. I'm not ashamed of it. But yes, I've worked hard to build Oakwood into what it is through long hours, smart risks, and never giving up. Even when people like you dismissed me out of hand, I kept pushing forward. I knew what I was capable of. Yes, well, it seems you're certainly capable, as you say. I must admit, your success at such a level is surprising given your background and lack of formal training. One has to wonder how you managed it without the proper connections. Proper connections? You mean like a country club membership? I hate to break it to you, Margaret, but that's not how the business world works. My success has nothing to do with what family I was born into or what school I went to or didn't go to. And everything to do with my ideas, my drive, my leadership. That's what opened doors for me, not some snobby social circle. Melissa, I think it's time you and I had a little chat. Woman to woman, mother-in-law to daughter-in-law. I believe we may have gotten off on the wrong foot, and I'd like to see if we can find a way to move forward together. Well, color me intrigued, Margaret. This is quite the change of tune. Just the other day, you called me a gold-digging tramp and all but ordered me to stay away from your precious son. But by all means, let's chat. I'm fascinated to hear what you have to say. Yes, well, things have changed since our last conversation in light of certain revelations about your background and position. I think it may be prudent for us to reevaluate our relationship, to see if there might be a mutually beneficial path forward for all involved. Catch my meaning? I'm not sure I do, Margaret. Why don't you enlighten me? What revelations are you referring to exactly? And what sort of mutually beneficial path did you have in mind? Because from where I'm standing, our goals seem to be in direct opposition. I want to marry Tyler because I love him. Full stop. And I'm coming to terms with that. Truly, but surely a woman in your position understands the importance of strategy, of leveraging connections and resources for maximum advantage. You've built quite the empire with Oakwood. That takes cunning, savvy, qualities I may have been too quick to dismiss in our previous encounters. Is that so? And here I thought I was just some uneducated floozy latching onto your son for his money and status. Isn't that what you said? That I could never understand the pressures and responsibilities of your world? But now that you know I have a modicum of my own success, suddenly I'm cunning and savvy? Forgive me if I'm not exactly bowled over by the compliment. Melissa dear, there's no need for hostility. I'm extending an olive branch here. I may have been, hasty in some of my initial judgments, too quick to make assumptions. But that's all water under the bridge now. We have a chance for a fresh start, a chance to forge a powerful alliance that could benefit us all enormously. With my social connections and your rising star, the sky's the limit. An alliance, I see. And what exactly would this alliance entail? Me dancing to your tune, bowing to your commands? Putting your family name and reputation above my own hard-fought success? If that's what you're suggesting, I can tell you right now that I'm not interested. My rising star has gotten along just fine without the Hartford stamp of approval. You have no idea the doors I could open for you, the opportunities I could throw your way with a mere word in the right ear. You may have found some small-scale success in your little tech startup, but I'm talking about real power, real influence. All you have to do is play ball. Is that really so much to ask? What is it you want, Margaret? Are you proposing that I give you a seat on my board? Now that you mention it, yes, a board seat is a fine idea. With an appropriate compensation package, of course. Something commensurate with my expertise and connections. A mere formality, but one that would cement our partnership nicely and show the world that the Hartford family is a force to be reckoned with. You have a lot of nerve, Mrs. Hartford. You spent months insulting me, degrading me, trying to undermine my relationship, and now you have the audacity to demand a seat on my board? A paid position at that? What makes you think I would ever agree to that? What possible incentive could I have? I built my company from the ground up. I'm not about to hand over control to the likes of you. Oh, I think you'll find I can be quite persuasive when I want to be. And right now, I very much want to be in business with Oakwood. Think of it as a strategic merger of sorts, a combining of assets for maximum impact. With the full weight of the Hartford name behind you, there's no limit to how far you could go. And of course, should you refuse my generous offer, well, I'm sure you can imagine the consequences. Are you threatening me right now? Because that's sure what it sounds like. Like, you're implying that if I don't roll over and give you what you want, there will be trouble. Trouble for me, trouble for my company, trouble for my relationship with Tyler, I'm guessing. Is that about the size of it? Because if so, let me be very clear on my response. No, not a chance in a million years. I will not be bullied by the likes of you. Oh, you stupid, stupid girl. You have no idea who you're dealing with, do you? I am the Hartford family. What I say goes, and I say you will take this deal. Or so help me, I will rain hellfire down upon you, the likes of which you can scarcely imagine. I can make your life a living nightmare. I can freeze you out of every social circle that matters. I will turn this family against you so viciously, so completely, even Tyler won't be able to look at you. You know what, Margaret? I was wrong about you. You're not just a snob. You're a megalomaniac. You actually think you have the power to control everyone and everything around you, don't you? That we're all just pawns on your chessboard, to be manipulated at your whim. Well, guess what? This pawn is off the board, permanently. Because here's the thing. I don't need your social circles. I don't need your family's approval. And I sure as hell don't need your poison infecting my life or my future with Tyler. Tyler? You think Tyler will stand by you if I cut you off? If I cut you both off? That boy is nothing without me, without this family, and he knows it. When I'm done with you, he won't be able to run away fast enough. That's where you're wrong, Margaret. So very, very wrong. Tyler loves me. He believes in me. And no amount of manipulation from you will change that. We're a team, him and I, partners in every sense of the word. And that's a bond you'll never be able to break, no matter how hard you try. Pretty words from a pretty fool, but that's all they are, words. You have no idea the strings I can pull, the lives I can ruin with a snap of my fingers. And ruin you I will, mark my words, both you and Tyler, if he's foolish enough to stand by you. I'll turn every friend, every acquaintance, every business contact against you until you're nothing but a pariah. A promise as empty as the rest of your threats, it seems, because I've got some news that will shake the very foundation of this little power trip you're on. I've already spoken to the rest of the family. Tyler's dad, his aunt, his cousins, even his sweet old granny, who you always claim is your biggest ally. And they're all on board, every single one. They've welcomed me with open arms, showered us with love and blessings and well wishes. Turns out, the only one still clinging to outdated notions of good breeding and towing the family line is you. So go ahead, try to freeze us out. Try to rally your allies to shun and defame us. See how far that gets you with a family that's already made up their mind. What? What do you mean they're on board? I am the head of this family, its guiding light and moral compass. They would never defy me so openly. You're lying. You must be trying to manipulate me with your twisted little web of deceit. Oh, Margaret, you really are your own worst enemy, aren't you? So convinced of your own superiority, your unquestioned authority, that you can't even conceive of a world where people might think and feel and choose differently than you decree. Well, here's a harsh dose of reality. Your family doesn't just tolerate my relationship with Tyler, they're thrilled by it. Because, unlike you, they can see how happy he is, how loved and supported and cherished he feels in our partnership. A life that fulfills us, even if it doesn't fit into your rigid, arbitrary constraints. A life we will live on our own terms, with or without your approval. No, this can't be happening! I'll cut the whole damn lot of them off, see if I don't. Ungrateful, traitorous wretches that they are! After everything I've done, everything I've sacrificed to uphold the integrity of this family! And they repay me by siding with you? Some drugged-out teenage delinquent playing at respectability? Wow, you're beyond helping. Even now, faced with the truth of the situation, you still can't let go of this petty, vicious crusade. Still can't see that the only one betraying this family, the only one tearing it apart with hatred and ultimatums, is you. Your son has found love, Margaret. Real, honest, soul-deep love that will last a lifetime. And instead of celebrating that love, supporting that love, lifting it up the way any halfway decent mother would, you're over here spewing poison. Well, you know what? I'm done. Done trying to reason with you. Done wasting my time and energy on your small-minded tyranny. The ball's in your court, Margaret. Choose wisely. We went back to Tyler's parents' house again for a formal marriage introduction. Margaret seemed uncomfortable with Tyler's highly educated, career-successful aunt being present and was much quieter during this second meeting. Tyler told me later that after I left, his father and his aunt gave his mother a serious lecture. Since then, Margaret has been keeping a low profile. Thanks to this resolution, our wedding preparations are proceeding smoothly, and we're enjoying this wonderful time in our lives.